All right, Ivanka. I hope I didn't butcher that pronunciation. This is the Gothic lantern that you attempted to print. It failed, but I think someone said something about failures being the only way to succeed. And I totally believe that, especially in 3D printing. So let's do this. So the first issue I see is this one, this piece right here. And I'll link a little video in the comments about why this is a hard print. It's basically because of the suction. You're just creating a whole lot of suction um, with something that's hollow like this and facing towards the FEP, the little film between the screen and your plate. And I'll show you how to fix that. Basically, you just open it in Chitu box, Situ box, man, I don't know. And you punch a hole in it. And so I've already done that because I don't have Situ box because it's a shitty program. I did it in 3D Builder, and if you really need to know how to do that, I suppose I could teach you guys how to do that too, but it should be pretty simple. So I'm going to open it with Prusa, the Prusa slicer, which is my favorite because it really takes the work out of a lot of things. Now this thing is huge, and I think you tried to print it all on the same build plate, so I'm going to scale it down to 20. And as you can see, I have that hole right there, and the hole goes all the way through, and that should alleviate a lot of the pressure and allow this to be printable. So I believe if you put this on the plate, it should work because of the surface area here. Now, like I said in my message or on the comment, I like the surface area touching the plate to be at least 1.5 bigger than the biggest surface area here of the print itself, but this should work because these are really thin walls. So you don't have to angle this, I wouldn't say, but to maximize success, I would tilt this. What's 37? I would tilt this probably like maybe 45 degrees here. The hole towards the build plate, and then another hole up here, for shits and giggles. Let's see, print settings, supports. I like to do dynamic. It's not that big of a deal. And I like things a little higher from the build plate for reasons that I can go into if you guys need to know, but that's how I do it. And then, auto support. And I know people don't like auto supporting. Oh, wow. Okay, so the program doesn't think that this is going to take much, and it won't mathematically, but just because you want this to work the first time, you want to hit all of the good areas. So let's see. I'm just going to go right down this little spine here. I'm going to put one on each side. Now this is, people say it's overkill, but I like to get my prints done. I like to get them done. So I'm going to do this, 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 and this. Maybe one over here, one over here. And then I believe that should be it. Maybe like that. Bam. All right. That's going to print. I can guarantee that's going to print. If it doesn't print, I'll give you my printer. So let's go ahead and export for fun. And we're going to call this Tulipa H, which is hollow, and S for supported. So we're going to go ahead and trash that, and we're going to bring in the next part. This is where the fun begins, I believe. Let's start with the top. Whew, it's big. That's what she said. We're going to put it down to a 20 here. Now, there's a lot going on here. Theoretically, you should be able to print it against the plate. It looks like it wants to be printed against the plate. Maybe scraping this off, especially at 20%, you're going to do a little damage here. So again, I'm just going to tilt it because I like tilting things. I like prints that work. You know what I mean? 45, again. 45 is an arbitrary number. If you're really going to get into this, there are set numbers, and I'll actually post that in the comments as well. But let's do it the other way because you see these little shafts here. I want them to be nice because I think you slide that shaft in. So I want them, faced away from the build plate, so everything that's being built is gonna be okay. That looks a little steep, but we're just gonna go with it. Let's see if it saved my support settings, which it should have. It did. Auto-generate some supports. Yeah, nope. That looks like it's gonna work. Again, the one point that I'm sure a lot of you have seen because you build minis with bases, and you know the base of the mini looks ugly, and that's because the points that you're using to support. Let me see if I can get a better look. There we go. The points are so finicky. So like this one right here, that's something that I'm gonna want to support. And then maybe as it comes out, maybe one right there, and maybe one right here. And I think that should be it. You know, let's do a little structural support here just to make sure things are nice. Ooh, I don't like that one. Can I remove that one easily? Yes, I can. Perfect. And I think that's good. Just because this is going to be thin, I'm going to support it too. You know, supports don't only have to be for islands. They can be for structural support too, like just to make sure everything's nice. But that's the reason why I like Prusa, because these supports support themselves. Like they support each other, like, you know, a good community of supports where everyone cares about each other. They're relying on the strength of each other to really make your model, which is cool. This will print. And if it doesn't print, I will buy everyone printers. I'm going to regret that. Let's export this, including supports. We're going to call this Gothic Top S for supported. Put it back on the desktop. Bam. And we're going to delete this bad boy. Right? All right, what's the next piece? The base. This is ugly. Oh, it's not ugly. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but it's just one of those prints that I'm not going to enjoy. All right, so can't put it flat because we have some features here. Now, you put it flat to this side. The biggest cross section is almost twice that, and it's this one right up here. I mean, it's not twice that, but it is a bigger cross section, so it makes me really wary about putting that on the plate. Unless you're using something like Monocure's Plate Bond, and I know a lot of people think that's snake oil. It's worked for me in the past, but then it makes things really hard to take off. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to tilt-a-rooney it here. Let's just go through the motions and see what it does. Let's hope it's not like too crazy. No, it's not too crazy. That's actually a lot more beautiful than I thought it would be. Now let's check the basics. Let's check the basics. Did it get the edges that I can see? The islands. The islands, my friends. Let's put a little structural support. Bing, bada bing. Bada bop, boom, pow. You know, I'm going to put one probably higher up here. Now, geometrically, this looks like it's going to build on itself if you just put it flat against the plate, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm sure you can. If you get your plate leveled perfectly, this is going to just do all the work itself. And I mean, we can really just lift it up on this part and do that type of supporting. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to do that, and we're going to see what happens. But first, let's apply changes, and this will print. I'm a little more skeptical about this one, but we're gonna try it out anyway. We're gonna export this, including supports, and we're going to do the S and put it on my desktop. Bam, there it is. Now let's mess around with this. Let's mess around with this a little bit. Remove all points. Let's turn it back so it's flat on the plate. Oh, it's still wanting to put supports, but we don't want that. So I think, is there a way to just go back to our original orientation? Back. I'm just going to encounter a bunch of errors here. Maybe? Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's scale this down. This is not my favorite thing to do, but I've seen it work. People have made this work, supporting areas that are completely flat. Whoa! Okay. No. Let's not do that. That looks it looks really cool, but we're not going to do that. Just you know what? Yeah, no, we are going to do this. Let's see what happens when we try to print this. I've got so much resin. Who cares? Gothic lantern base. And then we're going to say supported, and then put some sort of indicator. Let's do X for probably not going to work. All right, we're going to exit out of this. Yep. And we have all of our things here with that really weird one. So what we're going to do, we're going to drag it over to the Anycubic slicer, because I don't have another slicer, because, you know, other slicers suck. All right, let's turn this so it's going to fit. Oh, that looks like it just made my problem worse. Okay. Now comes the important part, which I'm assuming you don't know about. So we're going to go over that together as friends. All right, so a couple things to note here. These things are not on the plate. They're supported by thick bases. It's not going to come off. The only thing that's going to mess me up here is an error in my supporting. Don't pay attention to this. This is you know, my problem here. Ivanka slicing. Okay, let's see if I can pause this video while it slices. 6 hours later, we are back. I don't have a very good computer, guys. Please don't make fun of me. Or send me a 2080 so I can play Alex next year. Alex, man, just go look up the trailer. It's pretty fucking amazing. All right, this is irrelevant because no one cares. Let's exit out of this. Here is the important part, the validator. This is like the best tool in the goddamn world because it tells you where you suck. And we're going to see. We're going to see where I sucked. Probably a lot of places. Please don't be a lot of places. Okay, that looks like 500 places. 70. That's a high number, but let's see what it is after we fix it. So this thing fixes those pixel by pixel. I mean, we should really be paying the person who made this. I think Nard Jorgensen? I don't know. I always just say it's Vinicius. Is that how you even say Vinicius' name? I'm not very good at pronunciations. I'm a scientist, guys. Not an English major. All right, this should be done right about now. Yeah, cool. So let's see how many errors are still left. 9. It's not a lot. One of those was 270. So let's check it out. All right, so this is not bad. So I'm just gonna put a little Christmas tree on that bitch, and that's connected. We're gonna go over here, connect these. Bam. Problem solved. Problem solved. Ooh, God. This is really nitpicky. These will print no matter what. Like the pixel that small is not gonna kill me. There we go. But I'm just gonna do it anyway for the sake of showing you. Bam. Bam. Oh yeah. This is gonna work. What? Still messed up? You're not satisfied? Not entertained? Okay. Alright. I think this is the bad one. What? I don't even see an error. Oh yeah. Alright, that's a pretty big one. But I'm too lazy to go back. I'm sure if you have another supporting thing, you'll take the time to do it correctly. I mean, my money's on this is gonna print. I'm gonna hit print, and then, you know, we could talk about it tomorrow, but I'm just gonna go balls to the wall here. Alright, 4 more. Ooh, that's ugly, because it's out in the middle of nowhere. This is a stretch. Let's connect it to this thing here. Not very confident in that little island, but let's really overdo it. It's 1 layer, so you're not even probably going to see this. Why are you all the way out here? You can also just delete these things, but I've never deleted them just because I just feel like you don't want to delete things. But you can. It's like a flashlight. Two more. Two more guys, girls, zebras. Oh, excuse me. And last one. There we go. And bam. Whoopee. All is good. No supported areas. So that means that this should print. And I'm going to put V for validated, because we are all validated on this blessed day. And that's it, guys. I'm going to throw that on the printer. If you have any questions, go ask somebody else. Except Ivanka, who I made this video for. I will answer your questions.